Hey, I got these truth burgers, man. Want some?
No, you can't handle the truth. I just want to be in my safe space.
Say, have you ever had an older sibling who seemed to be great at everything? As you were growing up, you looked up to them. They taught you how to build cool shit with Legos. The firstborn, the apple of your parents' eye. They could do no wrong until one day the constant praise and attention they received for just existing causes you to resent them. So then you try to build something cool by yourself to show everyone that you too are deserving of your folks' attention. But it turns into a clusterfuck, and instead of building a Lego Optimus Prime, you end up burning the whole fucking house down?
You dumbass!
Well, that's sort of what Sony did in its bid to outdo Marvel's cinematic universe by going their own way with their catastrophically pathetic Sony Spider-Man movie universe.
A multi-million-dollar venture turned into an own goal.
The fries. 2 center bags being good tonight for... Oh no, look out! Oh, my word!
From massive losses at the box office, terrible reviews, and a general lack of direction, Sony learned that no matter how shitty the MCU has turned, that damn mouse still makes them look like it was a bunch of African dudes who were trying to make their own superhero movie. So, what happened? Why did these movies suck so bad that with the exception of Venom, they couldn't even sell out a barn in Alabama, let alone a movie theater? Well, have no fear, because your two favorite YouTube player haters are here to explain.
In the name of Jesus,
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
I execute judgment on you.
To produce this video, Ollie and I sat through 3 straight stinkers released by Sony in 2024. Madam Web, Venom the Last Dance, and Kraven the Hunter. And quite frankly, that is asking a lot from us because watching these abominations almost put us in a coma. Had we sat through Morbius again, we would be needing canes for the rest of our lives due to stabbing our own eyes out.
The biggest issue with Sony's Spider-Man-less universe is, well, there's no Spider-Man. The idea of creating a universe without the most commercially successful superhero of all time is a stupid-ass strategy. Plus, everyone with the exception of maybe Venom cannot carry an entire movie on their own, which brings us to our next point. Sony did a shit job with how they portrayed Venom, Morbius, and Kraven as typical superheroes when they were originally meant to be villains and rivals to Spider-Man.
In the SSU, Eddie is a clear hero, an investigative reporter who is trying to expose a corrupt corporation for running illegal experiments on human beings. This results in him losing his job, having his girl leave him, and a bunch of other issues. The way he becomes Venom is also by accident when he tries to save a homeless woman from the lab. Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock wasn't a complex anti-hero or borderline supervillain like in the comics. In May 1988, The Amazing Spider-Man 300 was released. Here was the first time that the Venom symbiote and Eddie Brock would bond together, both being driven by their disdain for Peter Parker. Brock blamed him for the downfall of his career. He was a bitter, down-on-his-luck journalist. They both felt that they had been wronged by Spider-Man. In later incarnations of the character, Eddie battles cancer due to Venom. There are infinitely better story arcs than we get in the Venom movies, where Eddie Brock is just a lazy loser who accidentally stumbled across the Venom symbiote and acts like a stereotypical underdog hero. He does not want to be Venom. He has no ill will towards anyone, and we have to watch him complain for 3 whole fucking movies. He is literally a crying and complaining beta male. In the comics, it wasn't until 1993 limited series titled Venom: The Lethal Protector that he started his run as a anti-hero. And even then, he had his run-ins with Spider-Man, reminding us that it's Spidey's world. He's the main draw. When the Venom movie originally came out, most people were wondering, and still are, if he would ever interact with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. However, when a Spider-Man movie drops, a showdown with Venom Venom might not be the first choice for many people. Some might want to see him fight the Green Goblin, the Hobgoblin, Kraven, Doc Ock, Kingpin, and the list goes on.
And if you think Eddie's story arc was flawed in the movies, then you haven't seen Kraven, the environmentalist hippie snitch. Aaron Taylor Johnson's Sergei Kravinoff is far from his original comic book counterpart. Kraven has always lived for the thrill of the hunt, going after and killing big game animals. He was sort of like the Predator, always after the next challenge. So naturally, he would become obsessed with hunting Spider-Man. It consumed him. Thus his story, like Venom's, centered around Spider-Man. It wasn't until decades after his debut that he was written as an anti-hero, questioning his past actions. Not having Spider-Man in Kraven or Venom's movies takes away a crucial part of their character arcs, and it was all done because Sony thought, fuck all that shit. We need to get a team of good guys introduced first, so we can have our own Avengers. In the SSU, Kraven is practically a church boy. The dude is an environmentalist and animal lover.
You don't hunt me. Yeah, get pissed. What are you gonna do? Come on, show me. I've seen her around since she was a cub, but she's a lot bigger than I remember.
The guy is more like the fucking kid from the Jungle Book than he is a hunter. He also warns women of their cheating boyfriends.
Nice perfume, by the way.
Thanks, but I'm not actually wearing any.
She was gonna find out soon enough.
Talk like a motherfucker.
The only hunting he does is when he's taking down bad guys who remind him of his father. And of course, Kraven's mother is praised throughout the movie as having been a saintly person who was a victim of Russell Crowe's Nikolai Kravinoff's toxic ways. He's revealed to have possessed the maniacal qualities that Sergei has in the comic books. In one of the books, Kraven's father dies due to a hunting accident, and his mother passes afterwards due to the trauma of it all. But of course, Hollywood goes with the highly innovative and original
Toxic masculinity
and all fathers are shit storyline. Seriously, man, that shit is so played out. You might as well have depicted Kraven as a man-hating feminist.
Oh, and did we mention that all 3 movies suck? If you ever wanted to see a superhero movie that feels like it was directed by someone who just discovered the concept of a camera, then Madam Web is your ticket to cinematic chaos. Plot revolves around EMT named Cassie Webb, who suddenly develops clairvoyant abilities after almost drowning. Sounds cool, right? Well, not when she spends most of her time protecting 3 teenage girls from Ezekiel Sims, a villain whose motivation is as clear as the sky of an industrial city in China. He dreams of the 3 teenage girls killing him in the future because nothing is as scary as teenagers with powers. The cinematography deserves its own Academy Award for most likely to induce motion sickness. The camera moves like it's auditioning for a role in an Indian soap opera rather than capturing an epic fight scene. As for the acting, it's as if everyone was told that they would be in a comedy but missed the memo on timing. Dakota Johnson delivers lines with all the enthusiasm of someone reading their grocery list. And Tahar Rahim's performance as Ezekiel Sims is so bafflingly bad that it will be studied in film schools as an example of how not to portray a villain.
Man, Madam Web was a ripoff. We didn't even get to see Sydney Sweeney's fun bags.
Attention, we're looking for the chick with big boobs.
Yeah, we are ready to do you now.
Rewrites and awful editing played a role in movies like Kraven the Hunter, where it struggled to define what it wanted to be. One moment he's doing cool, serious shit like breaking out of a prison, while the next, the tone shifts to a light-hearted comedy.
Как тебя зовут и кто тебя послал?
Меня зовут Kraven.
Kraven.
scared the shit out of me.
Happy birthday, big brother. Love you, man.
The CGI is absolute shit, something that's mind-boggling with a major studio like Sony.
This saved my life.
Did it?
Trust me, changed me.
Exactly. Look at what you became. Look at what you became.
Not how this was supposed to go!
The characters are fucking trash. In the comics, Calypso and Kraven are lovers, but in the movie, she's just some chick who gave him his powers through some magical bullshit potion that she received from her random granny. Speaking of shitty characters and CGI, Rhino's look is a thing of nightmares. That alone is grounds for people getting their money back who watched this crap in theaters. As for the jackoff who plays Rhino, he's as villainous as a Teletubby.
Uh-oh. A cat.
It also hurts his character when it's revealed that he's been used as a pawn by Nikolai, who himself later gets mauled by a bear that's been having an affair with Kraven. The movie's conclusion reveals that this has all along been a metaphorical origin story for Greta Thunberg.
What the fuck? Where did this come from?
Okay, so maybe I lied, but it might as well have ended that way. The movie didn't make any fucking sense.
Word. Hey Ollie, did you notice that Kraven's pussy brother was played by that dork from Fear Street?
Oh yeah, man, Fear Street, Gladiator 2, and now Kraven the Hunter. If you ever need a guy to play an idiotic pussy, then look no further.
Come on, stand up.
What's the matter?
Nothing's ever mine. Everything is ours, always, even in the womb. He tried to get my umbilicus so that I couldn't have any more hair.
Or for men, not for boys.
Vaše zdrovia.
Okay.
How is that not fun?
Financially speaking, the Venom trilogy did pretty well, but story-wise, it was only a hair better than the rest of the SSU films. And what I mean by hair, it's the one right off John Cena's balding scalp. The first film introduces us to an Eddie Brock who unwillingly bonds with Venom. Instead of thrilling action sequences, we get awkward and cringe moments where Eddie talks to himself in public. It's as if the filmmakers thought, fuck making a comic book movie, let's have Eddie and Venom bicker like an old married couple. The sequel, Venom Let There Be Carnage, wastes a massive opportunity at having Venom and Spider-Man team up to take on Carnage. Instead, it reduces one of their greatest rivals to a one-dimensional villain. Woody Harrelson is miscast in the role as the serial killer Cletus Cassidy, and let's not even get started on Shriek, who seems to have wandered in from another movie entirely, and probably for those automatic diversity points. The CGI looks cheap and overdone, making you wonder if they spent more time on rendering Venom's tongue than crafting an engaging story. In what is supposed to be the final chapter, Venom: The Last Dance, Eddie and Venom still have some chemistry, but the relationship has become stale. Once again, an SSU film is hurt by inconsistencies in tone. Moments like the opening bar scene and dancing number with Miss Chen hurt any kind of serious tone that the film tries to take.
When did you two practice this?
Null is a cool villain and looks like a legit threat, but he's in the movie for like 25 seconds. And don't even get us started on the female symbiote. If Sony is even thinking about solo movies for her, then, well...
I swear... Fuck you!
The SSU is like a ship lost at sea without a compass, directionless and adrift, with each new release being more disconnected from Spider-Man than the last. Fans are left scratching their heads and asking why they should care about characters who are inherently tied to someone who isn't even present. For years now, Hollywood has tried to produce content without the main protagonists that these franchises are known for. Aside from the Penguin, most of these have been absolutely terrible. If Sony wanted to salvage this universe, they'd pull Spider-Man out of whatever multiverse he's stuck in and give fans what they truly wanted: a cohesive story that includes Spider-Man fighting real villains. Stop it with the anti-heroes. If everyone is a good guy, who is Spider-Man going to face? Are all of these characters just going to team up and punish some random dude for littering? Unfortunately for Sony, the box office has possibly concluded the SSU for them by sending it straight to hell.